nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
I keep seeing these videos, saying that Target has apologized, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Show me the proof. Show me the receipts. Because I've tried to look, I've tried to search for it, and I cannot find it. And when I look at y'all's videos, I don't see no receipts. And the other part of me thinks, if Aaron Parnas hasn't mentioned it, it can't be true. That part.
There's been some events of stores, companies who are rolling back their DEI initiatives. And Walmart is one. Target is another. Target was very loud with theirs, and they did some very blatantly disrespectful things. And I think the narrative that has been put out there is wrong about what Target is doing. Target is is overpriced, in my opinion. And there were some things that I was going to go get in Target, but it seems like this happens all the time. With Tarte Cosmetics, I was going to get something from them, and then the whole fiasco with their foundation came out, and that killed that. It's a lot of things that right before I was going to get it, something came out, and then I got to keep my money, and it had to do with disrespect, racism, anything against Black people. I'm not dealing with you. That's just what it is. And I've been in Target a few times for a few things. I noticed that they did have the little makeup store in there. Also, they carried the lip bar cosmetics, and also Tabitha Brown's line, and there was Ghetto Gastro, and I have been meaning to pick that up. I was gonna go in Target. I'm like, I can just go in there and just hit everything and get what I want. But Target effed up and said, it doesn't support diversity, equity, and inclusion. So personally, as a Black woman, I'm going to respect their initiatives. And since they do not want me in their store, they do not support diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then I'm gonna keep my money to myself. And as far as the businesses, I can just go online to their websites and get it. But people have been saying that Target is being sued because they roll back the DEI initiatives, and so now they are seeing a drop in sales and in their stock, and that is what is causing this loss. That's not what I read. This is what I read. I think people are getting stuff mixed up from previous years, but this one here, this was from February 3rd, 2025, and it says Target was one of the most outspoken supporters of DEI, and it's changed its tune now. And it says Target was one corporate America's most fierce supporters of diversity and inclusion initiatives, vowing to support Black Americans in the aftermath of George Floyd. Of course, they would say that that was something that they were marketing so they can get Black people in their doors. His murder by the police in the home city of Minneapolis in 2020. But less than 5 years later, Target has dialed back its high-profile DEI program. Now, in 2020, the CEO, Brian Cornell, said that the incident took place 10 minutes from Target headquarters and had a personal impact on him. I guess a few years later, it doesn't impact him as much. So months after the incident, Target pledged to increase its Black workforce by 20%. You get a Target job. Okay. Throughout the company over 3 years, and take other steps to advance racial equality, including establishing an executive racial equity action and change committee to focus on how we can drive lasting impact for Black employees and customers. The following year, Target pledged more than $2 billion with Black-owned businesses by the end of 2025. Well, that didn't come to fruition because we're not at the end of 2025, including adding more products from 500 Black-owned vendors to store, and pledging $100 million to support Black-led nonprofits and provide scholarships to students attending HBCUs. And then Target was honored for its outstanding commitment to achieving diversity, equity, and inclusion in 2022. That focus on diversity and inclusion and equity has fueled much of our growth. The things we've done from a DEI standpoint, it's added value. So Target has announced that it's ending its pledge to the Black workforce all of the stuff that they said they were going to do, and it's evaluating the black suppliers, vendors. And then they said they were experiencing pressure over diversity. So basically, because of the political landscape, talking about the legal landscape and social changes, back to its white nationalist ways. Now they feel the pressure from right-wing activists, conservative legal groups. Vice President Donald Trump last month also placed employees in any federal diversity, equity, inclusion, and access office on leave. And it says a Target is joining a growing list of companies changing or ending their DEI programs, such as Amazon, Meta, Walmart, McDonald's, and others. So basically, they are liars and fakes, and basically they go wherever the wind blows them, where they think they can make another dollar. And in this article, it says Target sued over failure to predict backlash from DEI initiatives. So it's what it's saying here is that they should have known that there would be issues and backlash from taking on DEI in the first place, and they never should have done it. So now they're being sued by the shareholders because they should have seen this, predicted this, that, the racists would come after them, that they would suffer from being a part of the program. They would suffer for trying to do an initiative for black people. Target shareholders sue the company over its alleged failure to predict backlash to its DEI initiatives in 2023. The lawsuit claims that Target shares dropped as a result of the backlash. The lawsuit seeks damages from August 26, 2022 through to 2024. Target share prices dropped 22% in November 2024. And I wonder if they can actually tie any of this to DEI initiatives. They're trying to say because this was implemented, that's why the shares dropped and the shareholders didn't make as much money as they thought they would, as if this wouldn't have been due to the pandemic, as if this wouldn't be due to inflation now. And they're trying to blame their drop on DEI. At this point, I don't know what to think. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't think that DEI had anything to do with them seeing a drop at all. It has to do with this economy. It has to do with people not having the income to shop. I don't shop in Target. I go in there, I've went in there and gotten a few things. I've bought a few things, but I am not a regular shopper in Target. And if people are seeing a squeeze on their budget, they're going to start cutting stuff off. And I'm sorry, stuff is overpriced in Target. So I'm not, they're literally trying to blame black people for a drop in their share prices because there's no growth in the store because of the fucking because of the economy. So they're trying to take money from. And reading on, it says that Target shares dropped more than 20% in November 2024 after it predicted disappointing profits and holiday sales. It was a lot of us who said we were not shopping for anything for the holiday. And we didn't. Nobody was shopping. I wonder if that's what the others might do. I will be very interested to see if any of the other companies pull this BS. Because I remember everybody during that time of George Floyd, and everybody put this box on their little either TikTok or IG and talking about they supported Black Lives Matter and all this stuff. There was no uproar about this like that. So, okay, at this point I have clarity because of the articles. Basically, these companies are so greedy. And because people stood on business and said what they said, that they were not going to shop, they are using that to attack black employees, black vendors, and blame black people. Shocking in America. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think, because I haven't seen an apology from Target. And I'm sorry, after reading this, you can put two and two together. No, they didn't hit the projected profits that they predicted for the holiday season in 2024. So now they're jumping on this bandwagon and they're trying to recoup some of the money that they thought they would get by targeting black business owners, black vendors, and trying to use DEI as a scapegoat. F them. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.